Today, we're diving straight into the fascinating story of why a 10-year-old boy named Ethan had to save lost dreams. We're going to break down a pretty remarkable sequence of events here. What starts off as a simple, solitary observation of a strange anomaly high above the clouds, well, it quickly turns into this massive critical mission to rescue an entire ecosystem. And get this, the ecosystem is built entirely on human imagination. It's an incredible story about observation, belief, and the immense power of just holding on to our sense of wonder. So let's start by thinking about the central question. What actually happens to a dream when a child stops imagining? Now, this isn't just some abstract philosophical question for us to ponder. This is the exact literal crisis that Ethan found himself caught right in the middle of. We usually think of imagination as something infinite, right? Like it's just this limitless resource running in the background of childhood. But what if it isn't? What if a forgotten dream doesn't just, vanish into thin air, but actually causes the collapse of something real and tangible? Well, that's exactly what we're going to explore today. Section 1, the mysterious golden door. To really understand why Ethan saved these lost dreams, we first have to understand his unique perspective. So picture this. Every single evening at sunset, from a hill right behind his house, 10-year-old Ethan noticed something absolutely incredible. There was this glowing, golden door floating high up above the clouds. But here's the crazy part. No one else could see it. His parents just kind of laughed it off, and his friends completely dismissed it as just his active imagination. Yet Ethan realized this door wasn't just appearing at random. It followed a strict, undeniable pattern. It appeared for exactly 1 single minute every day before vanishing. He was completely alone in seeing this, but he absolutely refused to let the skepticism of everyone else deter him. Because Ethan didn't just passively watch the sky, he wanted answers. He started bringing a notebook up that hill, systematically counting the exact seconds the door was visible, and drawing highly detailed pictures of it. He was basically treating this magical occurrence with total empirical rigor. And it was exactly this dedication, this sheer refusal to let go of his wonder, that triggered everything that followed. Because of his persistence, a giant white eagle suddenly landed right beside him with a very clear message. It told him, "I'm here to take you." Let's move on to Section 2, the imagination crisis. So the eagle carries Ethan high up above the clouds, and as he pushes open that star-covered golden door, this incredibly warm golden light spills out. He steps into an astonishing realm. This was the kingdom of dreams, and it was completely unlike anything he'd ever imagined. The physics here were just wild. Entire islands were drifting effortlessly through the air. The rivers weren't made of normal water, they were literally sparkling like liquid rainbows. And the vegetation itself was totally magical, featuring these massive trees growing fruit made out of glowing crystal. It was this thriving, bustling environment full of friendly creatures who would just wave at him as he walked by. And right then, a tiny rabbit made entirely of moonlight hops right onto Ethan's shoulder and drops a pivotal piece of information. The rabbit says, "Welcome to the kingdom of dreams. We protect every dream children imagine." That statement is absolutely crucial because it establishes exactly what this place is. The Kingdom of Dreams isn't just some random assortment of pretty magical geography. It's a highly specialized sanctuary. Its entire function is protective. It literally exists to safeguard every single dream that children on Earth imagine. It's essentially this massive living archive of human wonder. But almost immediately after Ethan arrives and takes in all this vibrant beauty, a catastrophic event happens right in front of him. The sky suddenly goes pitch dark. Those beautiful floating islands, they literally start fading away into nothingness. The flowers instantly lose all their vibrant colors. Ethan was watching a real-time environmental collapse. The kingdom was dying. So Ethan obviously asks what on earth is happening, and the Moonlight Rabbit sighs and gives him this incredibly heartbreaking explanation. The kingdom's existence is 100% dependent on the creative energy of children. Because kids back in the real world were spending less and less time imagining, the fuel source for this entire magical realm was drying up. Every single time a dream is forgotten or abandoned, a literal piece of this world disappears. This systemic crisis in the sky was a direct reflection of a loss of wonder down in the human world. Section 3, gathering the dream crystals. Faced with the total collapse of the kingdom, Ethan knew he had to act. He didn't just give up. He set out to gather 5 specific magical dream crystals. Now, these aren't just random shiny stones. They represent the exact emotional elements required to combat this imagination crisis. The crystals are courage, kindness, creativity, hope, and friendship. Each one of these traits is equally vital. To save the lost dreams, Ethan had to harness all of these core human values at the exact same time. You can't just restore wonder with creativity alone, right? It takes the bravery to dream, the hope to sustain it, and of course, the kindness and friendship to share it. Section 4. Restoring the Kingdom. With the components secured, the actual restoration process was pretty straightforward. Step 1, Ethan took those 5 essential crystals and placed them directly into the Great Dream Tree, which basically acts as the central hub, or the heart, of the entire kingdom. Step 2, we see the immediate reaction. The branches of the tree instantly burst into this brilliant, life-giving light. And finally, step 3 is the full environmental restoration. The rivers get their rainbow sparkle back, the stars start dancing across the sky again, and the dragons soar happily through the air. The decay was completely halted, the realm came alive once more, and everyone was cheering for Ethan's incredible intervention.
Section 5. The Next Dreamer.
So Ethan's mission wraps up, and the eagle carries him back through the golden door, which slowly vanishes into the morning clouds just before sunrise. But the story's legacy doesn't end there. The very next evening, when Ethan goes back to his hill to watch the sunset, something amazing happens. A new little girl standing nearby suddenly points up toward the clouds and excitedly announces that she can see the golden door too. Ethan just smiles because he realizes a really profound truth. The kingdom wasn't permanently saved by a one-time fix. It's simply waiting to be preserved by a brand new generation. It relies on a continuous chain of dreamers. Because this little girl held onto her imagination, the door opened for her, proving that the magic is always there, just waiting for those willing to look. To wrap up today's explainer, I want to leave you with a thought about your own capacity to keep wonder alive. We've seen exactly why Ethan had to step up and save those lost dreams, because a world without imagination is a world that literally fades to gray. That golden door isn't just isolated in Ethan's sky. It represents the potential for wonder inside all of us. The kingdom of dreams is sustained by our creativity, our hope, and our courage. So, as you go about your day, remember the fading islands and the great dream tree. The door is out there, waiting. What will you dream next?